Curriculum implementation is not merely about delivering content. It is a dynamic process that requires adaptability, collaboration, and a learner-centered approach. Teachers play a crucial role in bridging the gap between curriculum design and classroom instruction, requiring them to integrate effective teaching strategies, engaging activities, and differentiated instruction to meet students' diverse needs. However, school heads must provide clear instructional leadership to ensure that teachers are equipped with the necessary pedagogical skills and resources. This includes facilitating professional learning communities, mentoring teachers, and promoting research-based teaching methodologies. Additionally, the integration of technology in instruction, such as learning management systems, LMS, digital assessments, and multimedia resources, can significantly enhance curriculum delivery, making lessons more engaging and accessible to all learners. Another critical aspect of curriculum implementation is assessment and feedback mechanisms, which help determine whether learning objectives are being met. School heads must establish a culture of continuous assessment, encouraging teachers to use both formative and summative assessments to track student progress. Formative assessments, such as quizzes, reflections, and peer evaluations, provide real-time insights that allow teachers to adjust their instructional approaches accordingly. Meanwhile, summative assessments, including standardized tests, project-based evaluations, and performance tasks, offer a broader picture of student achievement. Data-driven decision-making is essential in identifying learning gaps, addressing student needs, and improving instructional strategies, ensuring that curriculum implementation remains responsive and effective. Moreover, successful curriculum implementation requires a supportive and collaborative school environment where all stakeholders, including teachers, students, parents, and community members, work together to create meaningful learning experiences. Engaging parents in the learning process through regular communication, parent-teacher conferences, and school community partnerships strengthens support for student success. Additionally, fostering a culture of innovation and reflective practice among educators ensures that curriculum implementation remains dynamic and evolving to meet the ever-changing demands of education. By prioritizing teacher development, promoting student-centered learning, and utilizing data-driven insights, school heads can lead their schools toward high-quality, inclusive, and future-ready education. The role of school heads in supervision. As instructional leaders, school heads are responsible for overseeing curriculum implementation, ensuring that teachers deliver lessons effectively, and monitoring student progress. Their role extends beyond administrative tasks to active engagement in teaching and learning processes. A school head must foster a school culture that values academic excellence, innovative teaching strategies, and continuous improvement. Supervision is not just about checking compliance. It involves providing meaningful feedback, coaching teachers, analyzing student performance data, and fostering professional collaboration among educators. Effective supervision requires school heads to be present in classrooms, engage in dialogue with teachers, assess learning environments, and ensure that instructional practices align with modern educational demands. A hands-on and collaborative approach to supervision leads to a more dynamic, effective, and responsive curriculum implementation process. Monitoring lesson planning. Lesson planning is a fundamental aspect of teaching that directly affects instructional quality and student engagement. Well-structured lesson plans provide a clear roadmap for teachers, ensuring that learning objectives are met efficiently. School heads must review lesson plans regularly to ensure that they are aligned with DEEP's curriculum guidelines, MELC's, and best pedagogical practices. They should encourage teachers to incorporate active learning strategies, differentiated instruction techniques, and varied assessment methods in their lesson plans. School heads can conduct pre-observation conferences to discuss learning objectives, teaching methods, and expected student outcomes with teachers before they implement their lessons. To facilitate monitoring, school heads can use standardized lesson plan review checklists to ensure that all necessary components, such as objectives, instructional strategies, materials, and assessment techniques, are clearly defined. Through regular coaching sessions and professional learning communities, school heads can support teachers in refining their lesson planning skills, ensuring that teaching is structured, purposeful, and impactful. Monitoring instructional strategies. Instructional strategies are at the heart of effective teaching, and school heads must ensure that teachers use methodologies that actively engage students in the learning process. Traditional rote learning methods are no longer sufficient. Instead, teachers must apply learner-centered, inquiry-based, and differentiated instructional approaches to accommodate diverse learning needs. School heads should regularly observe classroom instruction through walkthroughs, formal observations, and peer coaching sessions, providing teachers with constructive feedback on their teaching methods. One effective tool for monitoring instructional strategies is the classroom observation tool, which evaluates teaching effectiveness based on set indicators under the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, PPSD. In addition, school heads can introduce reflective teaching journals, where teachers document their teaching experiences, challenges, and areas for improvement. By fostering peer coaching programs and professional development workshops, school heads can create an environment where teachers continuously learn from one another, experiment with innovative teaching approaches, and improve their instructional techniques to enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. Assessing student learning outcomes. Assessment is a crucial component of curriculum implementation, as it provides data-driven insights into student learning progress and instructional effectiveness. School heads must ensure that teachers employ a balanced assessment approach, incorporating both formative and summative assessments to gauge student understanding and growth. Formative assessments, such as quizzes, reflections, and classroom discussions, provide real-time feedback to help teachers adjust their instruction, while summative assessments, such as final exams and project-based evaluations, measure overall learning achievement. To strengthen the assessment process, school heads should review student performance data and guide teachers in using assessment results to improve instruction. Learner Progress Monitoring Tools, LPMTs, can be implemented to track individual student development, identifying students who need additional support through remediation and intervention programs. School heads should also encourage teachers to integrate authentic assessments, such as performance tasks, portfolios, and real-world problem-solving activities, to ensure that students develop critical thinking and application skills. By promoting data-driven instructional planning, school heads can help teachers tailor their instruction to address learning gaps and maximize student success. Supporting learner-centered and differentiated instruction. A one-size-fits-all approach to teaching does not cater to the diverse needs, abilities, and learning styles of students. Learner-centered instruction shifts the focus from teacher-led lectures to active student engagement, where learners take ownership of their learning through collaborative projects, inquiry-based learning, and self-directed activities. Meanwhile, differentiated instruction ensures that lessons are customized based on students' readiness levels, interests, and learning profiles. School heads play a crucial role in training teachers on differentiation techniques by facilitating workshops on scaffolding strategies, flexible grouping, and universal design for learning. They should also ensure that teachers have access to diverse instructional resources, such as multimedia materials, manipulatives, and technology-enhanced learning tools. By encouraging the use of student-centered teaching models, such as flipped classrooms, blended learning, and experiential learning, school heads empower teachers to create inclusive and engaging learning experiences that cater to every student's unique needs. Strategies for sustained curriculum supervision. Sustaining effective curriculum supervision requires long-term planning, professional collaboration, and the integration of technology. One strategy is to regularly conduct Learning Action Cell (LAC) sessions, where teachers share best practices, discuss challenges, and collaborate on instructional improvements. School heads can also strengthen stakeholder engagement, working with parents, local government units, LGUs, and industry partners to support curriculum innovations and real-world applications of learning. The use of digital tools and learning management systems, LMS, can streamline curriculum supervision, allowing school heads to track lesson delivery, monitor student performance, and provide real-time feedback remotely. Another key strategy is conducting periodic curriculum audits, which involve data analysis of student performance, teacher evaluations, and resource utilization to identify areas for continuous improvement. By fostering a culture of innovation and excellence, school heads can ensure that curriculum implementation remains effective, adaptive, and responsive to the evolving educational landscape. Curriculum implementation is not just about teaching the content. It is about ensuring that the delivery, assessment, and instructional strategies are aligned with student needs and national education goals. As school heads, your role extends beyond administrative duties to actively shaping the teaching and learning environment in your schools. By supervising lesson planning, monitoring instructional strategies, ensuring effective assessments, and supporting learner-centered teaching approaches, you empower teachers to deliver high-quality education that meets every student's needs. Moving forward, let's commit to continuous professional development, collaborative learning, and data-driven decision-making to enhance curriculum supervision. Remember, effective leadership in curriculum implementation leads to higher student achievement, improved teacher performance, and a more dynamic and impactful education system. Strengthening governance in basic education requires school heads to embrace evidence-based leadership, which entails making informed decisions grounded in data, research, and best practices. This approach goes beyond intuition or tradition, requiring school leaders to analyze student performance metrics, teacher effectiveness assessments, resource allocation trends, and community feedback to guide their decision-making. By systematically collecting and interpreting data, school heads can identify learning gaps, instructional challenges, and areas for school improvement, allowing them to implement targeted interventions. For instance, using National Achievement Test (NAT) results, classroom assessment data, and school-based management (SBM) evaluation reports, school leaders can develop action plans that address specific weaknesses in teaching and learning. Moreover, evidence-based leadership fosters accountability and transparency, ensuring that policies and programs implemented in schools are aligned with national education goals and have measurable outcomes. Policy advocacy, on the other hand, empowers school heads to be proactive agents of educational reform. School governance is not just about managing daily operations. It is about influencing policies that shape the educational landscape. The Department of Education has set clear directives under the MATATAG Agenda and Department Order No. 26, Series 2022, emphasizing the need for school leaders to collaborate with policymakers, community stakeholders, and local government units to create policies that address pressing educational concerns. For example, school heads can advocate for increased budget allocation for instructional materials, improved teacher training programs, and the integration of technology in classrooms. They can also contribute to policy discussions by conducting research-based proposals that highlight best practices and innovative solutions for common school challenges. Through active engagement in policymaking at the local, regional, and national levels, school heads help shape reforms that lead to sustainable improvements in education quality. In addition to leadership and advocacy, governance must prioritize inclusive and participatory decision-making to ensure that all stakeholders have a voice in shaping the school's direction. The Department of Education encourages the active involvement of teachers, parents, students, and community partners in governance processes, promoting a collaborative approach to school leadership. Initiatives such as school governing councils, SGCs, local school boards, LSBs, and parent-teacher associations, PDAs, create platforms for meaningful engagement where stakeholders can provide insights, address concerns, and propose solutions. By establishing open communication channels and fostering a culture of shared responsibility, school heads enhance transparency, strengthen community trust, and build collective ownership of educational initiatives. This participatory approach leads to more effective school policies, stronger support for programs, and a more engaged school community. Ultimately, strengthening governance through evidence-based leadership and policy advocacy requires a commitment to continuous learning, adaptability, and innovation. School heads must stay updated on the latest educational research, emerging trends, and global best practices to lead effectively in a rapidly evolving educational landscape. They must also invest in professional development, mentorship programs, and leadership training to enhance their capacity to manage change, inspire their teams, and drive meaningful reforms. By embracing data-driven decision-making, advocating for transformative policies, and fostering a culture of inclusivity and collaboration, school heads become catalysts for sustainable educational progress, ensuring that every learner receives the quality education they deserve. Using data and research to guide decision-making. Evidence-based leadership means that school heads make decisions based on research, data analytics, and best practices rather than assumptions or traditions. Research consistently shows that schools led by data-driven administrators achieve higher student performance, better teacher retention, and more efficient resource utilization. A study by the World Bank 2022 on educational governance in Southeast Asia highlights that schools that analyze assessment results, teacher evaluations, and enrollment trends are more effective in addressing learning gaps. School heads must use Philippine Informal Reading Inventory and Early Grade Reading Assessment and National Mathematics Assessment, including comprehensive rapid reading assessment results to track student literacy progress. Analyze National Achievement Test scores to identify areas for instructional improvement. Implement EdTech tools for real-time data collection, such as DEEP's Learning Information System, LIS. By leveraging these data-driven strategies, school heads can design targeted interventions that maximize student learning and teacher effectiveness. Implementing shared governance through school-based management, SBM. The School-Based Management (SBM) framework in the Philippines emphasizes decentralized decision-making, stakeholder collaboration, and participatory governance. According to Department Order No. 45, Series 2022, strengthening SBM enhances accountability and autonomy at the school level. Research from the Asian Development Bank 2023 indicates that SBM improves learning outcomes when stakeholders, teachers, parents, local officials, and students are actively involved in decision-making. As a school head, fostering shared governance means Supervision of lesson planning. Lesson planning is a fundamental aspect of curriculum implementation, as it provides a structured framework for teaching and learning. A well-developed lesson plan ensures that learning objectives are met effectively, using appropriate instructional methods, engaging activities, and assessment strategies that cater to diverse learners. The role of school heads in supervising lesson planning is not limited to reviewing documents, but also extends to guiding teachers in crafting effective and inclusive lesson plans that align with DepEd standards. School heads must conduct regular lesson plan reviews using standardized rubrics. Lesson plan evaluations ensure that teachers incorporate learning objectives, instructional strategies, and assessment tools that align with the most essential learning competencies (MELCs). Standardized rubrics provide consistent evaluation criteria for lesson planning quality. Provide coaching sessions to help teachers improve planning skills. School heads must mentor and coach teachers to strengthen their lesson design. Coaching involves one-on-one feedback, collaborative discussions, and reflective practice to refine lesson delivery. Ensure lesson plans include learning objectives, assessment methods, and differentiated instruction strategies. Effective lesson plans must specify clear learning goals, employ appropriate assessment techniques, formative and summative, and integrate differentiated instruction to meet diverse learning needs. Tools for lesson plan supervision. Daily Lesson Log DLL, a standardized tool ensuring consistency in lesson delivery and adherence to learning competencies. Lesson Plan Review Checklist, a checklist to assess completeness, alignment with MELCs, and the integration of engaging instructional strategies. Pre-observation conference, a session where school heads discuss the lesson's learning goals, strategies, and expected outcomes with teachers before classroom observation. Monitoring instructional strategies. Instructional strategies play a vital role in student engagement, knowledge retention, and skill mastery. Teachers must employ learner-centered, engaging, and differentiated instruction to ensure that students actively participate in learning. School heads must conduct classroom walkthroughs and formal observations to assess teaching strategies. Observations should focus on student engagement, instructional delivery, questioning techniques, and teacher-student interaction. Walkthroughs allow for informal real-time assessment, while formal observations provide a structured evaluation of teaching effectiveness. Encourage teachers to use active learning techniques. Traditional lectures no longer suffice in today's classrooms. School heads must promote innovative strategies like project-based learning, flipped classrooms, inquiry-based instruction, and cooperative learning, ensuring that students are engaged in critical thinking and problem-solving. Provide feedback using structured observation tools. Effective feedback should be constructive, specific, and data-driven, guiding teachers toward instructional improvements. Tools for monitoring instructional strategies. Classroom Observation Tool, COT, measures teacher performance based on Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, PPSD indicators. Reflective Teaching Journal encourages teachers to document their instructional strategies, challenges, and improvements for continuous professional development. Peer coaching and mentoring programs establishes a supportive professional learning community where teachers observe, evaluate, and learn from one another. Assessing student learning outcomes. Assessments serve as a critical feedback mechanism to measure student progress and evaluate the effectiveness of instruction. Effective assessment practices ensure that students develop competencies required for future academic and professional success. School heads must ensure that teachers use a variety of assessment methods. Assessment should be balanced and comprehensive, including Formative assessments like quizzes, reflections, classroom discussions for real-time learning feedback. Summative assessments like exams, research projects, portfolio evaluations to measure mastery of competencies. Performance-based assessments like real-world problem-solving tasks, presentations, to assess higher-order thinking skills. Encourage data-driven decision-making. Teachers must analyze assessment data to modify instructional approaches, address learning gaps, and provide targeted interventions for struggling students. Promote remedial and intervention programs. Schools should implement tutoring sessions, remediation classes, and academic support programs to help students who need additional learning reinforcement. Tools for assessing student learning. Learner Progress Monitoring Tool tracks individual student progress to identify strengths and weaknesses. Formative and summative assessment data reports provides insights into student performance trends to refine instructional strategies. Data-driven instructional planning uses assessment results to tailor teaching approaches for improved student outcomes. Supporting learner-centered and differentiated instruction. What is learner-centered and differentiated instruction? Learner-centered instruction focuses on student engagement, collaboration, and self-directed learning through inquiry-based activities, discussions, and project-based learning. Differentiated instruction adjusts content, process, and assessment methods based on students' learning styles, interests, and readiness levels to maximize their learning potential. How school heads can support differentiated instruction. Provide training on differentiated teaching strategies. Organize professional development sessions on scaffolding, flexible grouping, and universal design for learning UDL. Ensure teachers have access to diverse instructional resources. Support the use of technology, multimedia tools, interactive simulations, and hands-on learning materials. Encourage the use of student-centered teaching models. Promote flipped classrooms, problem-based learning, and blended learning approaches to create engaging learning environments. Tools for supporting differentiated instruction. Lesson study approach, a collaborative method where teachers analyze, refine, and improve instructional strategies. Coaching and mentoring logs tracks teacher progress in implementing innovative teaching methods. Flexible grouping data helps teachers organize students into learning groups based on ability and learning needs. Strategies for sustained curriculum supervision. Effective curriculum supervision must be continuous, data-driven, and collaborative to ensure lasting improvements. Strategies for sustainability. Regular Learning Action Cell (LAC) sessions provides a platform for teachers to share best practices, discuss challenges, and collaborate on solutions. Stakeholder engagement encourages collaboration with parents, LGUs, and industry partners to support innovative curriculum enhancements. Integration of ICT in supervision utilizes learning management systems, LMS, to track implementation progress, review lesson plans, and monitor student performance in real time. Periodic curriculum audits conducts comprehensive evaluations of curriculum effectiveness through data analysis, teacher performance assessments, and student achievement reports. Remember, school heads are critical in ensuring curriculum excellence. Effective supervision involves lesson planning, instructional monitoring, and student assessment. Learner-centered and differentiated instruction ensures inclusive and equitable education. Data-driven supervision enhances instructional effectiveness. As school heads, we are the guiding force behind curriculum excellence. Let's lead with purpose, innovation, and a commitment to quality education.